right? Proverbs 20, let's call this one Sketches and subtitle it Airtight. In this proverb where money passages are going to seem to be the issue in roughly 9 of the Proverbs, wisdom is going to seem to flat out be the issue in roughly 5 of them, where wise speech is going to be the issue in roughly 4. God or the Lord is going to seem to come up directly or by implication in 6. And the king, once again, as we've seen it come up before, in combination with that discussion of the Lord, the king is going to come up in 4 verses in this chapter that reminded me specifically with regard to the king of 2 particular passages. First of all, verse 8, a king who sits on the throne of judgment winnows all evil with his eyes. Verse 26, a wise king winnows the wicked and drives the wheel over them. And then verse 28, steadfast love and faithfulness preserve the king, and by steadfast love his throne is upheld. The absolutes in at least 2 of those verses are what caught my attention. The all in verse 8 that I emphasized. He winnows all evil with his eyes, as opposed to, similar to verse 26, where he drives a wheel over them, by implication, all the wicked. Understanding that there are times, going back to the Proverbs, where we said if we had, like we mentioned in a recent sermon, if we had to design our perfect environment, there's some things that we would want none of. And here Solomon seems to be reminding us of something that he might have gotten from his father, and that is the degree to which there need to be no gaps in coverage, much like an insurance policy, where if you're paying an insurance company in a time of need, you want them to pay. You don't want them to have small sections in the fine print that provides them an out in the coverage. And so likewise, David as a righteous king, and now Solomon as what will be the most successful king in Israel's history, or at least the very wisest, realize that in providing a peaceful environment for their people, they need to provide an environment that is free from gaps in coverage. And to the degree, as we said, in likening these Psalms and Proverbs to an insurance policy that just gives you peace of mind, they realize that they can't be everywhere at once, but they have people working for them who can. And to the degree they have people who are representing what the kingdom of Israel means or is at its best, they need people who are reliable and committed to excellence. And that is not what the wicked are about. And so going back to a hiring principle I borrowed from one of my favorite sports franchises, at least at their height, the Golden State Warriors use the motto of high character, high IQ in acquiring talent. I'm guessing both in their front office, but assuredly on their team. And it carried them to multiple championships. And so likewise, Solomon seems to be realizing that if we can't assemble the very best of everyone at every position, the last thing we need to be doing if we're going to move Israel to its height is carving out room for the wicked, or as we might say it now, those with either suspect character or a suspect commitment to giving their very best.